Good morning. Today's lecture is on Bharat Muni's Natyashastra. We have already discussed the origin and objective and introduction of the same. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the zeal or gist of the three important chapters. The first chapter says basically the Natya Shastra documents the history behind the development of the arts in India. It is a theatre and dance treatise of national importance. The Natya Shastra describes how the Natya Veda, which was considered as the fifth Veda, was created by the deity Brahma and eventually taught to as a mystic scholar named Bharata. So Brahma was the creator and Bharata was the scholar who had been taught and who further presented it in present form to the audiences. This is known as the fifth Veda. The chapter 1 documents the name of Bharata's 100 sons, the importance of the graceful Keski style in Indian dance, and how the Apsaras, which are known as the mythological female goddesses who excel in the art of sensual dance, something like this, were created to demonstrate the Keski style. It also describes the origin of the first playhouse, or which is known as Indian theatre, the characteristics of Indian drama, how different deities are tasked with protecting the actors and the different areas of the theatre, and the origin of the Jarjara. The Jarjara was basically a magical staff used by the god Indra to beat the death of Vignas, that are known as evil spirits, that attacked the actors. Since then, the Jarjara is revered object in Indian theatrical circles. It is believed that Jarjara wards off evil spirits. So, the first chapter discusses the name of the 100 sons of Bharata, and discuss here the 100 sons and their names, and the Keski style, which is the dancing style of we can say the sensual dance which was performed by the female goddesses which are known as Apsara, and then the evil spirits which was born due to the possibly the sensuous dance and who were later attacked by Lord Indra by the Jarjara, which was a magical staff. Now let's move to the sixth chapter. The sixth chapter, which is a very important one, introduces what are called rasas or sentiments or bhavas, that are known as states or emotions. The rasas and bhavas. The sixth chapter explains that the bhavas are emotions portrayed by actors on the stage, and the portrayal of emotions or bhava evokes sentiments or feelings, that are the rasas. So, the actor will perform bhavas and the emotions or sentiments created in the audience will be the rasas. The portrayal of emotions, bhava, evokes sentiments or feelings, rasa, in the audience. Each rasa has a presiding deity, and the original Natya Shastra proclaimed that there were 8 rasas, and these rasas were further divided into many more kinds, but we are not considered with that. So first is the Shringara or the erotic statement. Again, there were 3 kinds of Shringaras, also 3 kind of erotic rasas. So the Shringara or the sensual, which we can say, which is erotic and tend to arouse love feelings or sexual feelings in the readers or the audience. Then comes the Hasya Rasa or the comic statement. The comic statement or Hasya Rasa, which creates laughter in the audience. The bhava is produced by the actor on the stage, and rasa, which is the reflection of that bhava. So this is the Hasya Rasa. Next comes the Karuna, the pathetic, which one can sympathetic or sad statement, which relates to the sad element of the this actor. So the actor arouses pity in the audiences. Then Rodra, the furious statement, or which we can say anger, fury, which creates kind of angry attitude into the audience. Then Veera, the heroic sentiment. Veera is related to the bravery or valor. Then Bhayanaka, the terrible sentiment. Okay, Bhayanaka, like which creates terror or fear into the audience. Vibhatsa, the odious sentiment, which is strange, which creates a strange kind of attitude or an attitude of not understanding. Then Adbhuta, the marvelous sentiment, marvelous sentiment, Adbhuta, like unbelievable, something surprising. So these are the 9 rasas painted by the painter. Like, look, you can say Shringara, you can say Karuna, you can say Vibhatsa, you can say Valor, you can say um, so, so so originally 8 rasas were given by Bharat, and this one, the ninth one, later in the 17th century AD, Abhinav Gupta, who was one of the greatest Kashmiri musician and dramatist of his times, introduced the ninth rasa, the Shanta rasa, which means the happiness or calmness. So thus a collection of 9 rasas emerged, which gained popularity as now rasas. Okay, so later, so in today's world also we hear so many writers has been included these rasas, especially the Indian writers, to portray the feelings of their characters which are playing into their novels or into their dramas. Okay, the next important is chapter is 7th chapter. This chapter further explains that the bhavas or the states or emotions, there are 3 categories of bhavas: dominant, transitory, and temperamental. In all, there are 45 bhavas and 8 sthai bhavas or prevailing or permanent emotions that correspond to the 8 rasas described above. So, basically, there are 8 sthai bhavas which always prevail there. So, these emotions will be there. Okay, these states or these emotions will be there, and which are related to the, which correspond to the 9 rasas which we have discussed earlier above. In Indian drama, the actors become the emotions they are portraying. So the actor present as if they are the emotion itself. To evoke specific feelings and sentiments in the audience, the actors resort to abhinaya. Okay, to evoke the specific feeling, specific sentiments. For example, if we have to evoke, the actor have to evoke the vibhatsa rasa, okay, or the valor rasa, veer rasa. So, so he has to portray that anger into himself. He has to be that anger in himself for that. So, for presenting that, they used to color their faces with the, like if they are presenting vibhatsa rasa, so they will paint red on their faces, and kind of they will make their eyes larger, and the coal which was there into their eyes was much thick. So these are the strategies to create the rasas. So to evoke specific feelings and sentiments in the audience, the actors resort to abhinaya. Abhinaya, the means of theatrical or histrionic representation, comprises gestures, words, makeup, costume, and a representation of the temperament. So the gestures which the actor carries, the words which he speaks, the makeup which has been done to him, the costume which he has been wearing, and the representation of the mood or rasa. These sections lay out how to understand the role of emotional states in the dramatic performance. The key terms here to understand bhava and understand are bhava and rasa. Okay. A bhava is a kind of mood or experience that comes with the scene or action, while a rasa is the inner feeling that the drama is portraying. There are 8 rasas: love, humor, anger, compassion, disgust, horror, courage, and wonder. The theory is that it is through the signs and actions of dance and acting that the audience experiences the feelings of the actor, feelings the actor intends. Since the first chapter deals with the creation and suggestion that drama constitutes a fifth Veda, the implication is that one can experience transcendent or religious states through drama. Many plays enacted scenes taken from the lore about the gods, heroes, and other quasi divine beings from Indian lore. Since the Vedas were barred to the lowest classes, these dramas were a way to experience the stories associated with the Vedic hymns. So the lower classes couldn't read Vedas, but they could understand. They could watch the Vedas by seeing these performances or listening to the Vedic hymns. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you very much.